Listen, y'all already know what the fuck it is, what it is, and what it's always gonna be. Tonight. Listen, so I did an episode 300. I didn't like it, so I scraped it. So here we go again with the do-over. It's your man Big Smash. In case you don't know, I am the hostess with the mostest. I've always been that guy. I will continue to be that guy. If you don't like it, suck my dick. Anyway, tonight, I don't know how we describe tonight. It's a different vibe in the mist. It's got to be something. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we got newcomer to the game who's already a pain in my side.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to let her introduce herself to the world of Bet the House Land. You
I,
know,
I am Goddess, and I was put on this earth to make Big Smash cry.
oh, oh, okay, I guess.
I am the host of Healing Out Loud Unhinged While Anchored, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
You ready for it?
I did a karaoke thing with earlier. I sounded horrible. I was there for it. And then I did a recording with DC, and now I'm here with you.
300 episodes is a big monument for me, man. I've been doing this since 2018. I put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this game, and can't nobody take that away from me.
That is very true.
I've definitely given out a lot of rubs in this game. You know, that's what we do over here. We heal people in different ways.
We do.
Okay. No, when I say we, I mean me, not you.
No,
Because
I'm always included. Don't
no, you're new to this. It doesn't rock that way.
care if I
Okay.
just
You
started.
got to earn your stripes in this game. We got to jump you in. You can't just say I'm gonna be a podcast and boom, we accept. No, we got to jump you in. That's how it goes. That's how it works.
So
Okay.
when I haven't been jumped in, let's see. I've hung out with Raw.
Mm,
I've hung out with you. I've hung
mm,
out with Uncle Dolomite. I think the
mm.
only person I haven't yet hung out with truly is King Germ, but he's new to the game, so I'm not sure if I.
Don't let that man fool you. Okay. All right. So tonight, man, it's special to me, man. I want to take the time to shout out every podcast that has ever worked with Big Smash. It's too many of y'all to name, but I do want to salute a few of them. I want to salute uh the cast of Lingo. Okay. I want to salute Uncle Dolly. I want to salute the original pod. I want to salute What the Shit pod. I want to shout out my guy Raw. Shout out to Miss CL. Shout out to Dramo. Shout out to Flan. Shout out to EJ the motherfucking DJ. Shout out to the Cool Out Corner. Shout out to 12 Cal. Shout out to Confessions from a Red Couch. Shout out to Miss Nira Muhammad. Shout out to my man Scoob. Shout out to Wine Time. Shout out to Mind Triggers, Toxic Tangents, my man Rodis, Morio J. Shout out to Finesse Dolo. Shout out to Ann She Creates. Shout out to Miss Moet. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Timo and them over there at It's All Love. Shout out to the Pillow Talk with the Teapot. Shout out to It's a Hard Knock Life. Shout out to Heaven's World. Shout out to Until Next Time Pod. Shout out to Everyday Black Men. Shout out to the Cognac Room. Shout out to For Too Many. Shout out to the Smoke and Mirrors Pod. Shout out to Geek Salad. Shout out to Real Talk with Tim. Shout out to Kazaronomics. Shout out to Raw Sex. Shout out to the Vibes. I told y'all it's a lot. Shout out to Opulence Radio for hosting Big Smash and Smash and Raw. Shout out to Miss Dirty Joe. Fucks with us. Shout out to the Raw Podcast. Shout out to Chan B Podden. Chan B Podden, one of the hardest working female podcasters I ever met. Shout out to her. Good person to chat it up. She be working. Shout out to the Unprofessional Opinion Pod. Shout out to Just Red. Shout out to the Blurred Explorer. Shout out to Closed Doors Conversations. Shout out to Miss T. Shout out to the 1130 Pod. Shout out to Meet the Tylers. Shout out to Toxic Bible Study. Shout out to This Is the Life Pod. Shout out to Mama Life. Shout out to Intellectual Petty. Shout out to my man George. Shout out to the Joan Podcast. Shout out to the Pro Wrestling Pod. Shout out to Bare Naked Truth. And listen, I could be doing this all day and I'm not even gonna do it. What up though? Out of left field. It's a lot. Brunch with the Boys, Sierra. It's a lot. Get it off your chest, pod. These are just some of the podcasters that I've worked with. It's big. I'm big out here. I'm big. I can go on and on, but I ain't gonna do that because that'll take up the whole show. But if I ever worked with you, if you ever worked with me, if you ever liked, shared, listened, commented, heard one of my crazy stories and just felt like, oh, this nigga is nuts, shout out to you. Shout out to you. I ain't gonna bore you with all my shout outs, but
I'm not bored. I'm just enjoying.
No, because
this is show 300, so it's only right that you give shout outs to the people you've met along.
Definitely got to give shout outs out of respect, because without them, that was on me. I want to say shout out to my co-hosts. Okay. I have some very dope co-hosts. It's a lot of us. I want to take the time. To, shout out my co-hosts. First of all, let me shout out the most important shout out of all shout outs. Let me shout out my wife. All right. 300 episodes, and I've had the honor of working with her with about maybe 200 of those in some way, shape, or form. That woman inspired me to be something greater. She is the beam of light. That's what I call it. So shout out to her for always being the influence, because there were so many times this podcast game was kicking my ass and I could have quit, but she wouldn't allow it. So shout out to her for being the backbone of what Big Smash really is, because I'm Kendall at home. She don't play that Big Smash shit. So shout out to her. I want to shout out Della Faye. I want to shout out J-Day. I want to shout out my man Bailey. I want to shout out Tez, Big V, Wayne. I want to shout out Bree. I want to shout out Miss Renee. And then I want to shout out somebody who really shaped this show, even though we fell out. I still want to shout him out. Shout out to that man Dale P for all his contributions to what we did. Now, entering the room, it wouldn't be episode 300 if I didn't get this guy aboard. We just did a live 300 episode, but now we're doing a recording 300 episode. I got my man Styles in the building. Hollywood Styles is what I call him. What's happening?
Scuddy.
We got Holiday Styles. We got the goddess in the building. It's an occasion tonight.
It is.
300 episodes in the chamber.
Likewise, man.
I don't know how you deal with Smash, but we're here.
You don't deal with me, I deal with him.
No, he looks very gentle. You look like you've had a hard life.
Oh shit.
That's what we doing today?
I wasn't ready for that.
That's what we doing today?
If I don't come strong, you're gonna think I'm weak, and I can't have you thinking I'm weak. I need you to support me, and you won't support me. You think I'm weak. I gotta show you the guns.
All right, Styles, let me ask you a question. Let's kick this show off. Let me ask you a question, Styles. What is a hereditary trait that was passed down to you?
Oh shit. Hold on, you didn't say this was gonna be a real show. I wasn't ready. Hereditary. Fortitude.
Okay. Got it. Same question.
A hereditary trait?
Yeah.
My empathy?
I like that. That's dope.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
know, man. I think for me, I'm a generational curse breaker.
me too.
Like I
That's
always
not a
felt,
hereditary thing that's passed down. Answer the
It's
fucking
yeah,
not.
but
question. You
because
wilding
I
right
don't,
now. Nah, you color within the lines right now.
I
Just
don't
answer the
think,
question.
I don't think I have any traits that were passed down to
Then
me.
start with that. This
I
way we
just
don't think you
said
play.
that.
No, you said that after you said what you said. You was playing dodgeball, and then you was like, "Hold on, let me come back." And go ahead.
But if I had to really go with it, I would say um my lack of respect for really just bullshit.
That's
Like
not a hereditary thing,
it's
though.
definitely hereditary. Cause I felt like, listen, my mom's was a no nonsense person. She could sense bullshit a mile away. She didn't give a fuck who it came from. Me, my daddy, her brother, didn't matter. So I guess that's what I would take from her is a passed down thing because me, my brother, and my sister, we aren't for none. Like we can spot bullshit a mile away. So but we talked about that. So now we're gonna go into this. What is a toxic hereditary trait that you feel was passed down?
Anger.
Like what?
I can go 0 to 100 really, really fast. I I can have blackout anger sometimes. Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, that's
I fight.
toxic.
I really fight hard to stay away from anger.
Styles.
That's a coinky dink. Um. Uh. Shit. Um. I had it, and then I lost it. And she said anger. Um. I don't know. You have to come back to me. It'll come back.
Okay, so I think for me is because I feel like we all got this shit. Like everybody, like the whole circle, we will make shit that was really our fault, your fault.
You do that.
No, I'm talking about my family.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Like we are very good with projecting.
Right.
I can.
Like,
Okay.
hey Styles, we're not doing that this episode. Okay, we coming in peace, man.
No, I'm not.
What's
I'm not. I didn't say anything. So let me answer the question. So my, I guess my interpretation of love
okay?
was, yeah, my initial interpretation of love.
Oh, see, now I have to have you on my show style because now I need more information.
I'm yeah, I'm something
All
else.
right, so let me ask you, because I was having this conversation with somebody in 2023. Are y'all still putting hickeys on or taking hickeys in 2023?
I have.
I'll take them. I won't give them.
It's a lot of work giving them.
It's got to be under like the bra line. Like you can't come. I'm a professional, so
Right.
you
We don't
can't
want to
come.
hear that. We don't want to hear that.
Right.
There's
I'm
other
put,
places you can suck and do whatever the fuck you need to do. You leave this part alone.
no, you need to show people that you are getting some, that you are taking. You ain't
I
gonna
wear
you
I
ain't
wear a day collar. I'm a kept woman. I don't need to do any more than that.
Okay.
See, I struck you dumb. It's the same thing as a wedding ring. It's just not as committal.
it's not as committal. What does that mean?
It means that if I decide to leave today, I can walk away.
She said the taxes don't affect her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I won't get married again. I'm not gonna pay to love somebody. And I'm sure as hell not gonna pay for them to get the fuck out.
Amen.
Just can't
Okay.
do that no more. I won't do it.
Let's talk about defending friends who do fucked up shit.
I won't defend you if you do something stupid.
What's something stupid to you?
It varies. It depends on the day and the person. It just, if you do something really dumb and you're dumb, I'm gonna call you dumb. I'm still gonna love you, but I'm not gonna just champion you because we're friends. Fuck that.
So the defending in public, uh, chastise in private don't apply.
No. I'm not dating them. I'm their friend.
But yeah, I'm saying you ain't never supposed to put your friend on blast in public.
I'm
Styles, you agree with that?
and on blast in public. I'm not dating my friend.
But you don't put your friends on blast either, though.
If you do something fucking stupid, you're getting called out. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is the thing: birds of a feather flock together, which means that I pick and choose my friends wisely. So
Mm,
you're not gonna be out there. It's just like your moms used to always say: when you go outside, you have to remember you represent me,
facts.
right? Same thing with my friends. I carry that shit over to my friends. I can't fuck with assholes. It's just something I just can't do
Nice
it.
to meet you. How you doing?
Nah, nigga, you get blocked too.
You're not an asshole though, but
No,
I
he's an asshole. Don't do that.
he
Mhm.
perpetrates as one. But
No, I don't.
Whether he's one in real life or just online, it's the same shit to me.
All right, so check this out, right? Can your friends can your friends put you down as a job reference and can they trust you to get them the job?
It's my friend, of course. Nah, I can't get you the job, but I'm gonna give you a good reference.
oh
It's
yeah,
it's my
I'm gonna
friend.
give you a good reference. I as long as they don't ask me any like direct pointed questions, because I don't lie. So if they ask
Everybody
me,
lies.
I don't
Everybody
lie.
lies.
I
You
don't
just
lie.
Everybody
lied though.
lies.
You just lied
I
just
didn't.
now, right now, in this moment.
Yeah.
How?
You said you don't lie
I don't.
in
I,
no degree.
I would
In
rather
no degree.
I would rather tell you the truth and deal
Mhm,
with anger and disappointment right now
mhm.
than for you to find out later and it be worse. So
Understood.
I
Oh,
am somebody who takes accountability right out the gate because I
Fuck
just don't
that.
have time for the bullshit at the end.
Fuck
yeah.
that. I'm lying. I'm lying. And if he working like a bank or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do whatever I can to get him a job. We gonna learn that motherfucker. We gonna go clear it out.
I told the guy I'm dating that I sent naked pictures to another man and he said okay. I'm not
Wait,
gonna
another man before him? Not during.
during.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I need to come on your show because I have questions.
Why would you
But
do
that's
why would
fine
you
though.
no, we got questions right now. Ask her right now.
Okay.
But you
So
can ask me. I'm definitely I'm open.
well, we know you're honest and open. That's gonna be your poison tonight.
It is.
So the thing is, with that being said, with that situation, let's just get back to that situation. You were involved or dating somebody else. It wasn't a committed relationship, clearly.
It's Demon. My name is Goddess to a Demon. I am with Demon, and I told him that I sent naked pictures to somebody, and he laughed and he said, "What did they say?"
Okay. um,
So ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a quick background on Miss Goddess. If y'all don't know, I did a show with her. We had a really in-depth conversation, and we've been doing lives and all this other shit since then. Goddess is different.
I am.
She's different. So we're gonna pull some of them differences out tonight. See,
I
I'm
don't.
gonna
I think she's just not rocking with the status quo. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't necessarily because when you say different in that manner, it almost seems like it has a weird
stay
connotation to it.
tuned.
Yeah, I don't think she's that. I think she
Stay
just
tuned.
doesn't subscribe to, you know.
I last year when I met Demon, I went through the worst relationship I've ever been in, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me because every time he would upset me, I recognized that it was a trigger from my past, and instead of attacking him because he triggered me, I worked on the trigger from the past. So when I came to him, I was able to come to him from a place of hurt feelings and not attacking him. So then we were able to have a conversation. We've been together for over a year. We've never had an
Love it.
argument.
I love it.
And we had a disagreement the other day, and it was like, I'm not attacking you, but this is how I feel. And I'm not attacking you
I
either.
love it. I
It's
love
just,
it.
it's just a different dynamic, and it took a long time to get here. So I am definitely not, like you said, status quo.
Okay. Hey, Styles. So
Yeah.
if you're broke and a woman stays with you, Is that a sign of control?
No, I mean, there's a lot of other mitigating factors, not just that. So you got to give it all to me, pause. You can't just give me, I'm broke and she's with me. Like, am I actually working towards
She
something? Or we
stick
working?
with you.
Yeah.
You a Jody.
This don't do that. This is the thing.
I'm asking. You
No, no,
told
no.
me.
But he said to Jody. I'm like, wait a minute. Um, it's not necessarily that. See, I guess nowadays this is the thing. A
No, I'm
majority of
asking
people
can that be a way that a woman controls you?
not controlling me. I mean, it's
But
not
she's
controlling
staying
me at
with
all.
so but he's broke and she's staying
She's
with him.
staying with me. Like
Right.
we're still together. You're not talking about under the same roof.
Oh, you're talking about like riding with him broke.
Like because I was watching something the other day and they were saying that that's a form of her controlling the situation
And
because
the nigga that said it was being controlled. So he's feeling a little bitter about it. His situation might be different from my situation because we might actually be doing something together. You understand? When she came to me, it wasn't necessarily because I had all of my shit together, but she's
Right.
seen potential. And I know people hate the word potential, but fuck you and your potential. She's seen the potential because most people are hired off of their potential. You have no proven work. So that's the relationship that I'm in. You get what I'm saying? So she's like, we could build together. If he's shiftless and he's lazy and you get with him and you rock with him, you're the dummy. There's nothing to talk about.
Okay. All right. So what about you, Goddess? What you think about that?
I'm gonna say that I prefer my man to be broke. I want to build something with him. I don't want him to have to feel like he has to come to the table with anything. I don't even want a fucking table. I want us to be open and build together because that's how the foundations are strong.
I like it.
I have a house. I have degrees. I have everything. He can come to me with nothing. I don't care. We're going to survive because that's what we need to do. If we don't, then we separate. It doesn't mean that he's a bad person, just means we didn't work out. So,
Amen.
you know,
Corporations do it every day. They fire motherfuckers that don't work out.
exactly.
Facts. I am a witness to that. Fuck them, no. But anyway, all right. So listen, I'm a big movie person, right? And a movie that I had never really sat down and watched came on last night. Acrimony. Y'all seen that?
That's what's Raji B. Henson, right?
Right. You never seen Acrimony Styles?
I probably did, but I don't remember it.
All right, so basically,
It's a crazy.
He couldn't keep a job, he couldn't keep no money. He was married to Taraji and they were together, and her family was always interfering and shit, beating him down, verbally beating him down, and they were gonna lose the house.
Right.
He kept telling her like, yo, I got money coming in, I signed this book deal, I'm a hit, it's gonna hit. And her family got all influenced and she decided to leave the nigga like 2 weeks before the nigga shit was gonna hit. Like it hit 2 weeks later after she left him. So he brought the house. When he got his money, he brought her the house. He gave her the house free of charge. He gave her like $18 million or some shit, some absurd amount of money. He gave it to her. She had moved on, got another relationship, everything. He gave the shit to her and he walked off. He apologized for how their marriage ended. He walks off. She comes back thinking, oh, he got money. He made now. We out here. He said, nah, baby, that was my closure for you.
He's describing it horribly. She felt that she had carried him that whole time when he was broke, and she felt
But she was broke too.
She felt she was.
I saw the movie, but go ahead, Goddess. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, she felt that she was owed more than what he had given her because she had supported him all that time, and it drove her crazy. So her jealousy and greed caused her to want more than she was justly due.
Fuck that. She left. You don't get shit when you leave. You don't get to ruin my life when you left. You left. Why are you still trying to hold on to something? You know, now you want to get payback because you see a nigga on. I don't get that shit. I didn't get that shit about the movie. Like, now you want to be bitter now. You moved on.
It was that she left and she wasn't happy in the decision that she made. And
Yeah.
so she felt that when she returned, he was just going to have open arms for her, but he had moved on. And that sent her into crazy because she felt that she was his only person, like she was his everything. And so when she found out that wasn't true.
Didn't they burn down the house? Somebody burned down the house or some shit.
She ended up on a yacht. I don't know.
No.
It was a crazy movie, but I'm gonna say that I fought against that kind of stereotype my whole life. I don't want a man for money. So that movie made no sense to me. But
And the reason I talked about that movie is because you got to know when to fold. Let it go.
emotions, though, you don't have that control.
Why?
It's an irrational mindset. As soon as
But if someone doesn't want you, let it go.
rejection is not something that you can just process and move on from for a lot of people, especially in that particular situation.
Look, man, if you tell me you really don't want me, you really don't want me.
That's
I'm
you.
not-
That's not the rest of the world.
I'm not finna keep coming to look for you either. Like, you don't want me.
I'm really the worst person for these conversations because Demon presented as somebody who didn't want me for the whole entire relationship. And yet here I still am, and he's on his way back over here soon. So,
Aw,
it's not black
that
and
is
white.
so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
I'm confused as fuck. But okay, what's the next
Why are
question?
you confused, sir? Talk about it. What's confusing?
So the dude, his name is Demon.
That's what I call him for right now. Yeah.
Copy. So Demon, that's awkward. Um, this dude acted like he didn't want you during the relationship.
Yeah.
And you stayed.
I did.
Okay.
But I know how that sounds.
Mhm.
And again, I was in a process of healing. So in this situation, it was more of what I was processing away from and less about what he was doing.
So it was it a relationship at that point? Is what I'm asking. Like he agreed to be in a relationship with you to treat you like he doesn't. I'm confused.
It is a really confusing situation, and it is that kind of situation that there's all these red flags, and instead of running away from them like most people do, I ran towards them because I
Right.
recognized that some of these red flags were my own red flag
Right.
and not even something that he was carrying. So I had to discern which one was my flag and which one was his, and in the process of doing all of that, I was able to actually heal, and we reached a different plateau, and we are like completely different now. And so I know how it's ridiculous in its sense,
Mhm.
but
It's not ridiculous. Listen, if it works for you, it works for you. It's not supposed to work for everybody, so it's not
Facts.
ridiculous. Um, I'm just confused as to how we reached the point of a relationship, and he's basically telling you that he doesn't want you. Like, who decided it was you that was like, all right, we're in a relationship? And he's like, yeah, but I don't really want you. And you just like, but we're in a relationship.
actually today, the 5th of May, is the 1 year ago he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Okay.
And
So
we
beautiful.
were in a relationship. However, he himself was going through some healing too. So instead of blaming him and holding him accountable, I was asking him to take patience with me. So I gave him the same patience. And so we were able to recognize that we were trying to get somewhere, and we would separate and give ourselves space. And then we would reconvene.
So in other words,
It's a really weird dynamic, but
It's
ultimately
not weird. It's unusual because it's
at
not the
first you don't
norm.
succeed, keep going.
Listen,
he did he did say for me to leave, because he felt he wasn't giving me what I needed. So I don't want it to seem like he was just taking advantage, because he wasn't. I'm just very stubborn. And I recognized that we had a really strong connection and it was worth fighting for.
Okay. Well, shout out to the fighters, man. Fight for that love, man. But if a person don't want you, let it go.
Generally, yes, absolutely. 100% I agree.
I disagree. If a person doesn't want you, like, for instance, you could have a friend and y'all both are in the friend zone in your head and physically in the friend zone, but that person will grow on you. So it'll be like you'll go from nah, chill, I'm not into that, because you're sharing, intimate moments. Not when I say intimate moments, I'm talking about your past and how you've handled certain things with certain people. You're talking about relationships that you probably are, entertaining, but not necessarily in with the same person. This person grows on you, and then ultimately you end up together because you, by proxy, learned about each other, that way, and then just ended up being together. So I don't think, huh?
I swear I have a story for every situation. My daughter's father, I met him when I was 16.
Oh wow.
All right. So let me ask y'all this. Do children deserve apologies and explanations from their parents?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Are kids not humans too? Like, you don't know how to communicate with your child. My child is 21, and we've had good conversations, tough conversations, and when I fuck up, I need him to know this is what I did. I don't need him to go through this fantasy of being a child and then growing up and finding out, oh, so that's why dad did X, Y, and Z. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I won't insult his intelligence by doing that.
I won't. I would take that even a step further and to say that I'm trying to put good humans into the world, and so I want them to be able to communicate their feelings and feel safe doing that. I want them to understand and hold accountability, because this entitlement bullshit is for the birds, and I can't do that if I'm not willing to do that myself.
Right. I don't give a fuck about the world. I just want my child to be able to navigate it because he is a black man. So I don't give a fuck about everybody else and stuff like that. Accountability, yes, but accountability when it counts the most outside of this store.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think definitely, you're supposed to be your child's best teacher.
I was not a good
so-
mom. I wasn't. I'm trying to be one now.
I've had my moments too, so you ain't
Yeah,
good
I
company.
think we all have. There is never a perfect parent. Like, I have a lot of children and I'm still learning the parent game. I used to try to raise all my kids the same, but then I realized, like, no, that's a setup for failure. Like, you have to different kids have different methods and different needs. Some people, you got to be hands-on with some kids. Some kids you don't. Like my oldest, I don't have to be hands-on with him. He pretty much knows what's expected of him and how he's gonna do it. Some of my other ones, yeah, I gotta be super hands-on because their brain moves 1,000 miles per second. So
I'm raising my granddaughter because my daughter wasn't ready to be a mom.
yeah, it be like, I think the thing with parenting is you can be the best parent you can be with a strong support system. Like, parenting wasn't meant for you to do it by yourself. That's men and women.
It takes a village.
That's why it takes two to actually make a baby. So, it ain't gonna just take one per. Yeah, facts. What Style said, it takes a village.
And you know what, though? Unfortunately, we don't live in villages anymore. We live in cities, and people don't even want to interact with their neighbors. It's
That's me. I hate my fucking neighbors. Every last
Facts.
one of them. I do. And when I say hate, not hate like that, but if I could avoid them, I'll avoid them. I'm not trying to talk to you for real.
My neighbor to the left of me used to work for DCS, and I'm like, that's awesome. I'm a parent that likes to yell, and I can get overstimulated, and all three of the kids I have living with me are on the spectrum. So
Let me ask y'all: Can guys be the catch in a relationship too, or is that just something applied to women?
absolutely, the man is the catch. He can be the catch. Absolutely.
I know you're not waiting for me to answer that.
I mean, do you ever find yourself wanting to be the catch, Mr. Styles?
Nigga, I know my value. I'll leave it at that. My mom's made sure I knew my value. You know, so when I step into the room, I know my worth. So, or when
So you
I
just can't
approach,
have just any woman
I
approaching
won't
you
say that.
before.
Wait, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off. I thought I knew what you was gonna say.
No, I was saying like you know you already knew. Like I know you married, but I'm saying like before that, you just didn't have any woman approaching you thinking that they had a shot, right?
Uh, Approaching me,
Yeah.
I'm not rude like that though. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm not gonna be an asshole about it because I know what rejection feels like. I'm a man. You know, women don't have that problem. I'm a, you know, not like we do. You can, the surprise face surprises me, but no, that's not the case.
We
You don't
really
think?
Honestly, you
you
have the problem. You have the problem, but on a scale of 1 to 10, yours is about a
it's
2.
not as
Ours is a
hard.
10.
It's but it depends on the guy. It really depends on the guy because I've had some really mean comments too. And so it just varies. But
I believe you.
it,
I believe you. But see, this is the thing. You're looking at it from you're looking at it through a personal lens. I'm looking at it as a you know, broad spectrum. So it's kind of like I'm looking at everybody as a whole, not necessarily you. So yes, if I were in your shoes, I probably would say the same thing too. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about women on a whole as far as like rejection is concerned.
you know what though? I still want to disagree with you. And
Okay.
the reason being is women are not as vocal about the rejection. So you don't see
Facts.
it as often. And we internalize it emotionally and it becomes self-consciousness. And
Mhm.
And I think
so
a lot of people be scared of rejection, so they don't take a lot of shots that they feel like they should
I canceled
because
my birthday this year. I'm not going to celebrate it. I just can't do it. I putting myself out there and then nobody showing up. That's just a feeling that I
yeah,
don't.
But
but see,
you shouldn't be putting that together anyway. It should be somebody else. Why are you
yeah,
doing it? It's your birthday. I'll
but
be goddamn.
rejection, I think rejection is necessary.
It
I
it
think
did.
rejection is necessary for men and women because you know what I'm saying, it lets you know that it exists,
No, it just
that
builds character.
that you're not
Honestly.
always going to get what you want. So it makes you work that much harder so you don't get that feeling again.
Character
Like,
You're gonna get the feeling again. How do you
yeah,
avoid that?
character
but
is built in
the
how you respond.
the
Not
next time you get that feeling, you'll know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time I got my heart broke, oh, I knew how to play it next time that same scenario came along. Like, all right, cool. It don't hurt that bad. It don't hurt that bad now because I've been through it already. You
I've
know,
been through a million heartbreaks, and I will tell you that
and none of them feel the same. None of them feel as bad as the first to
Let
me.
her
I
finish though, Smirk.
had I just had a heartbreak from a woman, and we're not in a relationship. We were just friends. And so there's a whole spectrum of heartbreak. So
Yeah,
they're never going to be the same because they're situational. They're going to be with whomever you're dealing with. So it comes with its own bag of emotions. So every heartbreak sucks. There's no good ones.
Big
now I've
facts.
had some good ones that ended mutually, and
That
you
wasn't
know,
heartbreak, my guy.
it was heartbreak
No, it was not. We're talking about heartbreak.
because if
What
I
you're trying
saw
to heartbreak isn't
heartbreak,
a sliding scale, bro.
heartbreak
It's
is watching all that ass walk away. That was heartbreak to me
that's
because I
not
knew.
heartbreak, nigga. That's
Plus,
disappointment. You're disappointed it happened that way.
All right, so gonna ask this question, man. Styles, why did you get married?
I got married because I found my person. I got married because that person could share the same space as me. And I'm a very, I don't want to say private person, but I like my space. And I like my space to be vacated when it's time to vacate my space. And when I found that she was in my space and my space felt uninterrupted, pardon the liquor, that's when I knew that that was the person. And she had the keys. She had the keys to your emotion, to my emotion rather. So yeah.
Goddess, why did you get married? And would you do it again is my question. Because I know your story, but for the listeners,
Goddess, I was paying attention when you said that you wouldn't do it again. But go ahead.
I will not get married
I
again.
said why. But again, for the
I got
listeners as to why.
Mhm.
I got married because he asked me in front of my dad, and I said yes because I didn't want to embarrass him, and because I don't lie, I kept my word.
You did lie. You didn't want to, and you did. You didn't want to.
That wasn't
So
a lie, though.
it was a lie, because if you didn't want to, you would have said no. You
I
didn't want to, and you said yes because it
I
was in front of your
told him.
dad.
I was very vocal. I was very
Mhm.
vocal. I would never lived in delusion. I told this man he physically repulsed me. He had a small penis. I went every way I could to get
And
away
you
from him,
still
and
went through it though.
You lied.
I couldn't go through it. You can consider that a lie. I'll
I
give
know.
you.
I'm gonna call it what it is.
You can call it a lie.
Your record is not blemished here.
It was, but there's also extenuating circumstances due to
Doesn't
the
matter. I asked you that earlier when you
due
was like, I don't lie. I was like, yeah, but you was like, nah, I don't lie. But go
there
ahead.
there was abuse. I was Stockholm syndromed. There was additional circumstances as to the why. I literally was scared for the first few years I was with him. So
And I'm happy that you're out of that.
and it
Facts.
it took
But
a
you do
long.
lie.
I I
What did
I
we talk about? Oh, I'm sorry.
I will
I don't
sacrifice.
want to backtrack, but we did talk about accountability earlier, right? I'm just
I,
saying.
because of the situation, there's mitigating factors. So in this situation, I didn't want to hurt him. And so I
Mm.
sacrificed myself
Hmm.
because I didn't want to hurt him. And I ended up hurting myself. So yes, it was a lie in that regard, but I was doing it because I had openly said this. He put me on the spot one
Right.
in front of my dad. And my
Right.
dad was my world at that
Mhm.
time. And he looked up to my dad. And so if I said no, then I'm emasculating this man. And then I made him propose again. it was the whole thing. And then my guilt at not loving.
You need to be healed, goddess.
And she was healed. Remember, she got healed when she was with Demon, or while she was with
Yeah.
Demon, they healed.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't heal each other, but they healed separately, but together at the same time. That whole thing, paying attention is a fucking gift and a curse for me. But listen,
Hey, my boy. I
What's up?
heard this.
no.
story
This wasn't a
before.
slight to you. You must feel guilty over there for some reason.
I
Don't
do.
do that. Just
I
listen.
do. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 300. I'm allowed to feel slighted if I want to. But anyway, I
But yes,
know.
I will say I lied. But I have been working to not lie. So
Okay.
I didn't
Look at us.
appreciate
Go
the
ahead.
way that I was behaving. And
All
so
right.
I have been working to be better since then. And so
Now-
I won't lie now.
Now we're all on the level. I feel like we're all on the level.
Listen. I've had my share of lying.
We know.
I was a big liar.
We know.
I think it's just a matter of the phrasing of the definition. And so for me, lying is a blatant lie. And
I
I
told
did-
a lot of
There's
those.
no variation of a lie.
I
It's-
did
it's-
try to love him. I did. There was
Right.
2 weeks where I did.
Yeah,
After I had my daughter, but I was hopped up on pregnancy hormones.
that's crazy.
But again,
So
But
it
again,
was the
my
pregnant
daughter-
talking. It wasn't you that was loving him. It was the pregnant that was loving him. Okay.
to be fair, even in that situation, my daughter is here because I didn't cheat. We were separated, living in 2 different apartments, and I needed some. And I
That
was
is beautiful. You didn't cheat. Shout out to the ones that don't cheat.
I didn't
Yep.
break the
Wish I had a sound effect for that.
I'm in that club right now. I'm in the non-cheating club, and it feels different.
Yeah. When you get out of rehab.
Oh man. About a month ago.
Okay. So there we go.
It's a process, man. It's a process.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I
You know,
love my woman
some-
with every ounce of my being. It's just, and so it's funny because I had that conversation with her, and I think one of the more beautiful things about our relationship is that I have tunnel vision. That's with regards to that. You get what I'm saying? And I've never been like that. I've never been like that ever
Mm.
with any other woman.
love is magic. And
You gotta be open with your partner, man. I'm learning that's something new. In 3 years, I wasn't open. Now, I think I'm too open now. Even
so
she get to the point where like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. Like, you don't have to tell me I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I gotta tell you everything. God damn it. What I had for breakfast this morning is this, and this. What I'm doing right now is that like she gets to the point where like, okay, nigga, just shut the fuck up. Tell
so
me the important shit.
you know, with the way that he described his love for his wife, just so you can have a better understanding, there was a true connection with Demon when we first met, to where I could feel him when he wasn't with me. And so because of that strong connection in the beginning, that was worth me going through all of this stuff. But the biggest thing is I could breathe his oxygen. And I know that sounds weird, but I could be right up close to his face. And that was the first time that I had been able to do that with anybody.
That's what happens when you fall in love, or you inside some loving for the first time. You get to feeling those feelings. And we talked about this post-nut clarity. And then after that, you know, when you still feel like you're feeling them and you're done, you feel something. Because there have been times I feel you while I'm in you, but then it's like afterwards, I'm gonna go ahead on the head out. It was nice. It was fun. I'm out. I've been there. That's what love is, when you're finished, but you still want to stay.
So if you have wanted something your whole life, right? Let's just say you've wanted this pair of shoes your whole life, and you're finally given an opportunity to get these shoes, but you have to prove that you want them.
I don't have to prove anything. You either gonna take that I want you, or you not.
What are you willing to go, what are you willing to do for it? And so for me, everything came easy to me as far as a relationship. I'm a bright yellow girl. I attract men very easy. And let's just call it what it is. I am as close as to a white girl as they want to go, and it's been very easy, but this one wasn't easy.
You went after what you wanted and you won in the end, and that's the best thing for it. Styles,
give it to
what
me,
you
Styles.
thinking, man?
I'm ready. Give it to me.
I apologize in advance. I'm gonna let this one go. You get a pass.
No, go ahead.
Intended. Now,
I love questions, because it confuses me too. And the more I talk about it, the more I can understand.
Yeah, we was just talking about, remember earlier, and I was like, women have it easier than men, because we have it hard with regards to just that whole thing, and with women and rejection and stuff like that. And you was like, nah, we got it hard. I was like, you don't have it.
As a whole. I did speak as a whole in that moment.
Copy that.
Okay.
For me, I've been blessed. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see what people see, but I've never been single.
It's not, and I tell people all the time, it's not for you to see. It's not for you.
Yeah.
You understand? So
yeah.
But I honestly, the longest I've been single since I started dating at 16 was 6 months.
Okay. I believe it.
I just get cuffed. I'm like, I don't know.
You don't know why?
I don't know why.
I could tell you why. You say yes. Now, the other thing is, outside of that, like, I know women that have never been by themselves. So 6 months doesn't surprise me. That's actually, you're doing good. You're a gold medalist.
But you know what? I had to fight for those 6 months though. It's a different experience, and now I'm just weird because I think women suck, and I think that men get a bad rap, and I want to champion men.
I had this conversation with you.
I feel that a lot of these motivational speakers pander to the women, and women have this sense of I should be lifted and I shouldn't have to do anything, and that's just not how it's supposed
I don't listen to none of that.
I don't think women suck. I think men suck. And this is coming from a man who did suck, many years ago. Okay, I think we suck, and we get off the let off the hook entirely too much. We suck, and I'm gonna just put it to
That's
you
from
like that.
personal experience as spoken by Smash. Listen, I think people suck.
Absolutely. We all,
Relationships are, they're driven by humans, not one specific not quality, but chromosome. So it's not male
Facts.
versus female. There's some disgusting women out there, and there's some disgusting dudes out there, and unfortunately, we commingle. So
But
this
but
is the
but we
result of
we
that.
we
What?
love the disgusting women though.
You don't say we, nigga, unless you speak in French.
I
all
just,
right, man.
it's just everybody is holding everybody accountable for things that they've never been taught. And we stopped caring about people a long time ago. I would say in the 70s. We've had a progressive disconnect since the late 70s. And now we're fighting those repercussions now in our children. And everybody's all pissed off, not realizing that they're the reason we're sitting having these conversations.
Can you give me a specific situation, please?
Submitting. Women submitting to a man. It's all based on the man is the provider. He has to go out. Fred Flintstone-ish. That's not realistic.
At all. It hasn't been realistic for decades, but go ahead.
And women, a lot of women look to a guy, and if he's working at Burger King, he's not worth it. And I just don't understand that mindset, because love is not based on compensation.
Well, love also doesn't pay the bills, not to play devil's advocate, but to play devil's advocate. And on the other side of things, can we add a little more to that? What is she doing while he's working at Burger King and she's turning him down? What is she doing?
Absolutely.
No, I'm asking, what is she doing?
I can't speak to her, but I know that I was sitting in corporate.
Okay. Well, again, like I said, everybody has to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
So, and everybody has to have a dream. A lot of people are trying to kill the dream. They're like, oh, you're a dreamer. Listen, actions are derived from dreams. So if that person has a dream, like, you can work, I don't give a fuck if you work at McDonald's. Are you planning on still working there, a year from now? Like, still flipping burgers? Now, I might have a problem with that. You understand? Because we can't grow like that. Not in today's economy, we can't grow like that. I don't give a fuck if they do raise the minimum wage. That's not going to help us, So I need to know what's the action plan. And I think in a lot of relationships, people avoid the tough conversations, which is why, they're reactionary. They're not proactive.
Absolutely.
And that's what fucks up a lot of relationships, right? Because in their head, they have certain expectations set, but they won't discuss those expectations. Or
oh my gosh, we have to do a show together, Styles, because I those are my words falling out of your mouth right now. It's you don't have to pause with me. I'm a girl.
I know. I'm just practicing.
But it's so true. It's so true. And people don't recognize that.
Yeah,
and
relationships are tough.
They just want it to be what everybody presents, the Jay-Z, Beyonce. But come on, look at the dynamic of that relationship.
They don't even want Jay-Z and Beyonce anymore. They want Instagram.
Relationships are a contact sport, man. Be prepared.
I'm gonna punch you in your face. Cut it out. Will you stop it?
No, but first, I just have to. I know you keep trying to go to the end, but you took over my show. Shush. But no, for real, how did you end up with him? Because you are a 180 from him.
No, well, see, this is the thing, and that's the thing. We are oil and vinegar.
You are. I like you.
Yeah, thank you. This dude right here is Smash has come a long way. You're lucky that you got this Smash. Because Smash can't come back from a lot of relationships. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And with me and a couple of other guys in our circle, he's the little brother you don't want, but you have to accept because somebody left him on your doorstep. You understand? And he's not going to listen to you. I don't give a fuck. You tell him the stove is hot, that nigga be like, all right, cool, the stove is hot. Come back tomorrow. His hand, his fucking whole arm is bandaged to his shoulder because he touched the stove.
Hey, I'd rather have a hot hand than have a hot penis. So
I hear you.
Good.
I hear you.
I'm good.
But yeah, no, he's come a long way. You
You know
should be
what though?
grateful to have this guy.
I actually really enjoyed him. Everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna," they thought we were gonna be Oil and Vinegar too, and he
We
got
are.
he got on
We,
my seat, and I was like, "This man is a big old teddy bear."
you
Like
know,
he's just
ain't
all
warm. You
flustered.
ain't warmed up to me yet. Just wait. It's
I don't
coming.
have to warm up. I'm naturally at temperature, baby.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen, man. Listen. Look, I like having these conversations. I wish we can carry on. I know Hollywood got some things to do. I got to
Nigga,
get
don't
ready
make
for work.
excuses for me. I ain't got shit to do. Say you got something to do for your
I
300th episode.
I got to get ready for work.
All right.
The grind don't start. But man, listen, Goddess. Final segment of my show is final thoughts. It could be about whatever. It don't have to be about tonight's show. It can just be whatever. And in the process, let everybody know where they can find you. I mean, you obviously are like my protege right now. I'm gonna take you under my wings.
See, now
And
that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Because when you blow, you're basically on his resume, and that's dangerous.
I am on almost all streaming platforms. You can catch me on YouTube. I am on Instagram under Goddess to a Demon, TikTok under Deconstructed Goddess. And my final thought is Styles is an amazing man. Thank you so much for waking up today. And I am so honored.
First of all, hold up. We're not doing that. I don't want to hear about how amazing this man is on my 300th episode. What's wrong with you? We're not doing that.
You asked me for a
green
final
is not your color, brother. It is not your color.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I've enjoyed this, and I'm ready. I'm ready. But I definitely want Styles on my seat because I think we're gonna have a deep conversation, and that's really what I'm after.
Set it up.
Say
It's
less.
a Big Smash Rub exclusive.
Set it up. Yeah, I told him because I was talking about you earlier, Quiet as Kept, and I was like, yo, I want to be on a show, but I need you to do the introduction. I was like, that'd be the first and only time you'd be able to say it was a Big Smash Rub. And then I had to remember that it wasn't. There's two other ladies that had a podcast that he introduced me to. So yeah. But I'm
Styles, final
yes.
thoughts.
Don't cut me off when I'm talking. I don't like that. First of all, congrats on your 300th episode. However you got there. Hopefully it's only the quarter-way mark. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully at some point during this year you'll prosper and somebody will cut the check. Goddesses, it has been a pleasure. The Brunch Hour podcast will come out when I put it out. Quality over quantity for me. I have a lot of guests. I have a special co-host that'll rock with me rather for a majority of it. Love this girl to death. And shout outs to my wife, my beautiful wife. And that about that. I don't have any final thoughts. Like I only had 5 minutes on the show, you know what I mean? So go ahead.
Hey man, listen. My final thoughts is keep doing what you're doing, man. If you love what you're doing, it ain't considered work. All right. It's considered a passion. Podcasting is my passion, and I feel like every episode I'm gonna grow. 300 was cool, but now we finna kick it up a notch, kick it up in a different gear, man. I got a new spinoff podcast called Plan B coming really, really soon. It's gonna be dope.
What's it about? I just want to know if it's a play on the name. I just want to know
definitely
how.
a play on the name. It's definitely
I
a play on
asked
the
if
name.
it was like the Master P Plan B, or is it like the medication?
Yeah.
I guess we
yeah,
gonna see.
exactly.
I guess we gonna see.
Or is it just a pivot game?
Hey man, listen, look. I do this. I made a lot of shout outs at the beginning of this show. I'm glad you missed that portion because it was a lot.
I didn't hear my name though.
Oh.
Well, you on the show.
It don't matter. Anybody could be sitting in this seat right here.
Listen, man, shout out to everybody out here doing their thing. Don't let negativity ruin what you got going on. Two wrongs don't make a right. And keep grinding. Keep pulling through. This is been another episode of Big Smashes Bet the House podcast. You know, shout out to Styles, shout out to Miss Goddess to a Demon. You know, I love working with y'all. I don't know, y'all bring the deepness out of Smash, and I don't know. Sometimes I like that shit, sometimes I don't. But who knows? We'll find out. Y'all already know what it is, man. I catch y'all on the next one.